Hi friends, my name is Nishantha. I am a dyslexic science teacher. I teach here in Southern California. This video is on dyslexia and sleep. So a couple of weeks ago, I decided that I was gonna do this personal project. Since I have a YouTube channel, I thought I'd kind of share this project with you guys and take you on the journey with me as I'm doing this. So basically, I'm trying to get myself into a better mental health space, and I'm sharing the journey with you guys. There's 16 things that I want to kind of incorporate into my life. I'm tracking that with an application called Productive, and basically I'm integrating each one of these 16 habits into my life over time. Once I master one, I'm gonna include another one. So last couple of weeks, I was really trying to master drinking enough fluids in order to like function. For a long time, I wasn't doing that, but now I've kind of integrated that. For about the last 20 days, I've been drinking 120 fluid ounces of water every single day, and that's what my body needs. That makes me feel really good. Now, this week, what I want to talk to you guys about is sleep. Sleep is the fountain of youth. It's the thing that's going to keep your body, mind, and emotions really in check. If you have your sleep not in check, if you have your sleep off, if you're not getting enough sleep, then some of those biological, chemical processes is not going to happen. And when those things break down, then those things affect every area of your life. Like, you're gonna get tired faster, you're gonna get fatter, you're gonna not be able to control your emotions, you're not gonna have enough energy. There's a bunch of cascading effects that happens when you don't get enough sleep. So I've been really figuring out the best techniques and strategy that I need to implement in order to get good sleep consistently over a long period of time. Now, I haven't been able to get a long streak yet. I think my longest streak was 4 days, and then I have an off night. But I think it's okay to share this, even though I haven't mastered it yet, because it's all part of the journey. It's all part of me like sharing this with you guys and taking you on the adventure. So most people don't actually understand sleep, and I didn't either until I read this book called Why We Sleep. It's a really good book, and the most important thing that I learned from that book is the difference between sleep opportunity and actual sleep. So when I used to go to sleep, I would be like, all right, I'm gonna go to bed at 12 and then set my alarm until 6. And then the next day I would wake up and I'd be like, great, I got 6 hours of sleep, everything is great. But what I did was not actually 6 hours of sleep, it was actually 6 hours of sleep opportunity. The whole time that you're giving yourself to sleep, your brain isn't actually sleeping. The only thing that counts is when your brain is in sleep mode. So your brain is in awake mode, and it also goes into sleep mode. And then when your brain is in sleep mode, then there's a cascading biological effects that happen, and all those things that we want to happen is only possible during sleep mode, not at sleep opportunity mode. So when you're in bed laying there, your body's not doing all those biological processes. So that's the first thing. The second thing I learned is your body actually needs between 7 to 9 hours of sleep every night. And there's maybe less than 1% of the population that needs less, but the majority of us need 7 to 9 hours of sleep every single night to be healthy. There's no way to avoid that. If you're not giving yourself 7 to 9 hours of sleep opportunity every single night, you're going to pay for it with your health later on. You're gonna pay for it with happiness, you're gonna be paying for it with weight gain, you're gonna be paying for it somehow later on. In this video, I'm gonna give you 7 tips and tools that you can use to help yourself get better sleep, kind of like what I'm doing. I'm not a pro at sleeping yet, but I'm getting better ever since I learned about this stuff, and ever since I'm implementing all this stuff. The first thing is I take this supplement called ZMA. It's a sports recovery supplement, but it also helps me sleep, and when I wake up in the morning, I feel really refreshed. You don't need this, but I like it, and I take it right before I go to sleep, and it helps. And I also have awesome dreams when I'm using ZMA. The next thing is this ring. It's called an Aura Ring. This thing tracks all the aspects of your sleep. So it tracks REM sleep, deep sleep, and light sleep. It also tracks how efficient you are at sleeping, and it tracks your sleep quality. It tracks your heart rate and your heart rate viability, a bunch of different metrics, and then using that, I can figure out the quality of my sleep. So I think it was like $300, and it's really worth it if you're interested in figuring out one of the most important things that you do with your life, which is sleeping, to help you recover. Get this ring, it'll help you track all these metrics, and it'll keep you motivated. So the next thing I want to talk to you guys about is this product called the Ooler. It's basically a water cooling mattress top. It just goes on top of your like existing bed, and what it does is it keeps your bed at a certain temperature. So when we go to sleep as humans, we need to be at around like 60 to 65 degrees, and then usually what happens where I live, it gets really hot and sweaty because it's hot where we live. So when you do that, you're not able to have good sleep quality. So ever since I got this Uller, I've noticed, because my Aura Ring tells you how good your sleep is, it has gotten a lot better. It is a bit expensive, but for us, I think it's a good deal because we're gonna keep it for a long time, and I'm realizing how important sleep is, and I'm using it as kind of like a way to protect my health for the long term. So it's definitely worth it. So the next thing is gonna be kind of hard for most people, but if you want to really improve and get to that like really high level of sleeping, you should quit caffeine and you should quit alcohol, because those two things interfere with your sleep. So most people think alcohol actually helps with sleeping, but the quality of sleep that you get when you have basically a blood poison in your system is not good, and it's not like restorative sleep. It's a different type of sleep that doesn't have really strong health benefits. So if you can get rid of alcohol, that'll be really good, and if you can try your best to get rid of caffeine, that'll make you sleep a lot better as well. The next thing is showering a couple hours before going to bed. That seems to be helping me get into like the sleep mode where my body's like cooling down and like it just feels clean. So a couple hours before I go to sleep, I try to take a shower, even if I already took a shower that day or a couple hours before that. I just take a shower because it helps me feel clean and helps me go to sleep. The next thing is no electronics 2 hours before sleeping. So when you're looking at electronics, when you're looking at lights and things like that, it releases a chemical in your brain that blocks melatonin, and melatonin is the hormone in your body that kind of gets your circadian rhythm going, and it helps you fall asleep consistently over time. So if you're watching TV or if you got your phone and you're looking at it, it's going to kind of interfere with that process. So if you give your brain some time to build up melatonin, it'll kind of help you fall asleep a lot faster, and the quality of your sleep will be a lot better. This is one of the hacks that you can use if you're dyslexic, is buy yourself one of these Kindles and read a book before you go to sleep. It doesn't emit a lot of light, so it doesn't really interfere with your like melatonin system, and it kind of helps me kind of forget all the things that I've been thinking about during the day, and it helps me just kind of decompress and think about something that's not really related to my life, and it like helps me ease into sleep. My eyes get tired, my body gets tired, and it helps that melatonin system kick in, and it like removes all the racing thoughts that I have in my head about things I gotta do or things that are happening in the world, and it just kind of helps me fall asleep. Now, I'm not an expert at sleeping yet, but I will be. I'm getting better at it throughout this experiment. I'll keep you guys updated on what I got going on. All right, friends, I'll see you on the next one. Before you go, I created a quiz to help you figure out your dyslexic strengths. Check it out. It's pretty cool. There's 4 strengths. Take the quiz and figure out which one's yours, and that way you can lean into your dyslexic strengths and leverage them to accomplish your dreams and goals. Love you. Talk to you soon, everybody.